Conference report. Hello. First of all, I think it's funny people are not seeing your side of this conversation unless they have the response tool in it because it's showing up in there. Excuse me. So thank you for going wandering around the page a little bit. I haven't had time to work on that much. After I got up the first version, I started working on that. Specifically, I was looking into the use of that photogami.org, which is just another URL of mine that points to the same server. But it's important, the domain, when you're doing the sign up, and I have an SSL certificate that I self-signed so that I can have an encrypted connection when we sign up. And I realized, this was yesterday, that when I was playing and fixing the server, that I was interfering with the extension, right? The extension needs the server running to store those responses, so I realized I had to set up a development environment. So today I set up my Linux workstation as a server so that I can test against it. And I was really happy I got it all done in one day. I had to set up everything. I had to transfer my code. I also set up GitHub for the server side of the stuff. I had to transfer the Mongo database so that I would have some of the data that I need, and that all went smoothly. So that was good because that was also, worked as a dry run on, if the server is brittle or not. And it allows me to do a lot of things in terms of saving the data and data recovery and server juggling and stuff. So I'm going to sort that out. I can use OpenAuth, the OAuth thing. Google supports that. I believe also that'll mean that people could possibly be able to use Facebook and these other, whatever other authentication sites and servers there are. So we can do that. Now, in terms of having a subscription page and that kind of thing, well, there is a role for the server. The server's a good place to come to get, overall statistics and graphs and things and stuff. But really, you could see in the browser, the pop-up window up there, there's a couple links at top, and two of them go to what are extension pages. So they get their own tab. They're just like a page, but they're talking to the extension instead of having to go online. And so that's we can create a number of those that we want and have the links however we want as well. In the in that pop-up, they can be in the video response box, whatever. So I imagine we'll do things like that. I've been looking into the OpenAuth stuff, and that'll help. That'll actually be good. Maybe I won't even have to set up the SSL certificate because they charge like $7 to $10 a month to have one that doesn't put up a big red warning about if you're trusted or not. And so I don't know, that's kind of a rip-off. And I think with OpenAuth they have a way of doing it where you don't have to, it uses the Google certificate or whatever, whoever you're logging into. So we can definitely do that. It is going to be possible, it's not a big deal, to be able to use this authentication to give special privileges to the video owner when they interact with it and are logged in. We'll have to see how many clicks are involved, what extra steps, but that shouldn't be difficult. I really think it's more the structure of how we want to, for example, you can give these special privileges to the person that made the video, right? You can also give them to people that are in the community, people that have created a GitHub account and entered issues. Maybe those are the people that can monitor it. I think philosophically, I definitely want people to have the ability to liberate their data. So, for example, dumping all the data that involves you to a file that you can have. I also think that even though I'm against deletion, someone might see, oh my gosh, I had private information in a video. But I'm inclined for there to be a process for that, or at the very least for there to be a mode. So, certain conversations can go on in a space where people, by uploading their video and taking part, have, they put their information in the mix. It's now mixed with other people's information, and therefore it being somewhat of a special case to take it down. Technologically, it's trivial, and I'm willing to do whatever a community wants, and that's part of it being open source. I mean, my approach is that if I want a feature, I can always make it configurable one way or another, and we choose the default based on what's most accessible to people. Um, so yeah, it went well today. So now I can I'm working on the authentication stuff. It was all working before. I broke it by trying to change the SSL certificate, and so I'll look into that. Or I might, at the same time as looking into that, I might just implement an OAuth, an OpenAuth login, and it might change what I have to do. I don't have to get the old system running as is. I have like 3 or 4 login systems actually that I experimented with. So I do think OpenAuth is good. Not really into using the old Google login where it's very specifically Google, but to use OpenAuth is, it's an open way of doing that. I think I'm glad that it's getting adopted. So anyway, cheers. Talk to you later about it. Bye.